nothing better than going out, grabbing a cup of hot coffee and a nice pastry, right?
Or iced coffee these days. I'm really into with the hot weather. Yeah, but a pastry with
Yeah. Oh, what if we told
snack.
you we could do both of those things at home on your own for a whole lot less?
Yes, you can.
We're gonna do
Today,
it.
We're making lemon shortbread with Untitled Rich. She's from Shelburne Falls Coffee Roasters, and you're here to show us how to make a lemon shortbread. Thanks for being here, Annie.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to show you guys this shortbread recipe. So, shortbread is an incredibly simple pastry that you can make at home, and most people can make it at any time because it only uses 3 ingredients.
That's it?
But it's so good.
That most people have, and what makes it so good, I think, is that you can really taste those 3 ingredients. So the 3 ingredients are butter.
Yes,
and
please.
you want to use a high quality butter. I like to use like an organic butter, or Cabot butter is really great.
And these cookies are so cheap that you can go high end on the butter because it's 3 ingredients.
Yes, you can jack up the prices on these things because you're still going to come in way under $1
Still
for
making
each
a cheap cookie. Yeah.
Then you're going to have a sugar. Now, most people use powdered sugar for shortbread. You can also use granulated sugar. You can use brown sugar. You'll get a little bit more of a molassesy taste. But I like to use the powdered sugar. You're going to get a smoother, kind of a melt in your mouth feeling when you bite into shortbread.
That's what you want to.
And then the last ingredient is flour.
That's easy.
Yes, I do want to point out really quickly, I noticed this is the sugar. This is the flour.
Well,
that would be so much
and they
sugar.
both go into it.
Yeah, I was like, this doesn't look right.
No.
Anyways, so you're going to use not that much sugar.
You'd be up all night if you had that much sugar.
And then once you have that, you can kind of build off of it. So a really fun summery twist is to use lemon. And then you just take a lemon and you just grate it.
For the
And
zest.
zest.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
You don't want to use lemon juice because then you're going to get a different consistency. You're not going to get that nice, thick, buttery shortbread cookie. So you don't want to add any liquid, so you want to stick with lemon zest. So basically how you make the shortbread, and I'm just going to kind of talk you guys through it right now, is that you take your butter, you would pop it into your bowl, you take your sugar and the lemon zest, you can add a little bit of vanilla. This is where you could add some lavender bits to it, people do. And you're going to take it and you're just going to cream. Pretend the butter's in there.
And the butter's softened,
Yeah,
obviously,
softened.
right?
You want to use room temperature butter. There's a big debate, so if you go online, you'll see the debates. You could read for days. People say you want to have cold butter that you shave in, you want to have melted butter, you can do a browned butter, but I
want to know
use
what you
room
use.
temperature.
Room temperature.
I like to use room temperature. So you do that, you put the butter in, you put the sugar in, and you cream it, which means that you blend it on high for about 3 to 5 minutes, and it's going to become kind of white and fluffy.
And then it looks something like this.
Then you add the flour, and you blend that, and then it comes out looking something like this. And then you want to put this in your fridge and let it kind of just cool down for about 15 to 30 minutes. You don't want it to be rock hard, but you want to just kind of cool it down. Then you take this, and you can either knead it or use a rolling pin.
Now, is it pliable? I wonder. Oh, yeah, you could use a rolling pin.
Yeah, you can kind of
this.
you can rolling pin.
There's no egg in this, so you can conceivably eat the raw dough, is that right?
Yes, you could definitely eat the raw dough. You could mix it into your vanilla ice cream with some chocolate.
Like a cookie dough.
Like a cookie dough.
Oh my gosh.
There are all types of things.
Oh, wow.
Then
You just ruined my diet by telling me that. I'm going to go and get
over.
a bowl of ice cream and a ton of that.
So you're going to need that. You can do, there's all different shapes. Usually the traditional shapes, you have a square. You would cut these in half and kind of have like a 3x1 rectangle. Some people put them into a pie plate and then cut them into slices, like pie slices. But then one of the most important steps is you want to take a fork and poke holes all the way through to the bottom. I always kind of thought the dots on shortbread were cosmetic.
Yeah.
But in fact, that's what's going to keep them from getting really puffy.
Oh.
Because it's going to, these holes allowed to release steam like you would with a potato when you bake it.
Right.
So that's what's going to make sure that they stay nice and dense and buttery. And you want to cook it at a low temperature between 300 and 350 degrees. I cooked these at 325 because you don't want them to get too browned. Now, I took these out maybe a minute too late on some of them. You can see they've gotten some brown around the corners.
That's because you want it for the people who do like the browning.
You want to have a bunch of different kinds.
Different stuff for
Everyone's
different folks.
different. Everyone likes their shortbread a little bit different. There are some recipes that call for you to keep them in there a little bit longer, but you want them to still have that nice white on top.
So, Annie, we've done the shortbread. What are we doing later in the show?
So later in the show, we're going to go over how to make a lavender lemonade, which pairs really beautifully with the shortbread, especially when there's a little bit of lemon zest in the shortbread. It kind of pairs it together.
For a gorgeous day like today.
Yes.
Lavender
Thank you very
lemonade
much,
and
Annie.
shortbread.
Welcome back to Mass Appeal, and we're back with Untitled Rich from Shelburne Falls Coffee Roasters. Earlier we made shortbread. Now we are making lemonade with a twist. Tell us about it.
So today we're going to make a classic lemonade, but instead of using sugar, we're going to use lavender infused simple syrup. And simple syrup is very easy to make. It's just 2 parts sugar and 1 part water. And so I have that going here, and I already brought it to a boil. And then once this would get to a boil again, I'm just going to take a pinch of lavender, about a teaspoon, between a teaspoon and a tablespoon.
A healthy pinch.
A healthy pinch.
Healthy pinch.
Pop it in there. I'm going to let this boil for about 5 minutes, the same as if you were making tea. And then I would strain out the seeds because they just don't look good aesthetically in lemonade.
No.
And I'm going to use this as sugar in my lemonade. So if you look over here, I've got some fresh squeezed lemon juice. You can use real lemon, but it's summer, so I like fresh squeezed lemon juice. So this is about 3/4 cup.
How many lemons did it take to get that much juice?
This probably took about 5 lemons.
It's a lot of lemons.
A bit, but this is going to make multiple servings. Okay. So I'm going to take an equal part, so another 3/4 cup of the lavender simple syrup.
And earlier we were tasting this lavender simple syrup, and you said it tastes like?
It tastes like what fairies drink.
It tastes so
really
good.
does. It's
And at first,
unbelievable.
I walked over and I said, what the heck are you talking about? And then I tasted it and I said, that's
Oh, Tinkerbell.
Yeah, that's exactly what Tinkerbell drinks.
The fairies are out there. That's definitely 100% what they're doing. Elves are over drinking mead, and fairies are drinking lavender syrup.
It's uncanny how true this is. And that's it, and we have it.
Yeah, and then you put water in. So I put about 2 cups water in for this.
To dilute it a little.
And then you can pour it in.
So easy.
Top it with a lemon circle.
And voila.
And a bit of lavender.
And that's the classiest looking drink
You
around.
are
This is the classiest.
swanky.
And you can add, this is great also for cocktails. It goes great with gin, because that's also what fairies drink.
Thank you so much, Annie.
Thank you so much.
Cheers to you.
And